all volcanoes erupt igneous rocks. There's some volcanoes that erupt mud, and
I'm just watching this program about the Marianas Trench and volcanology and magnetic positive and negative charges spreading out from that point. Quite interesting for me, if you see what I mean.
Other parts of the world, like the Andes or maybe Indonesia, you've got two plates that are.
Yeah, I couldn't get my missions turned into a proper mission today.
But if these rocks are weak, like they are in the Mariana,
The shop that I'd usually relied on wasn't there anymore, and I had to sort of try and work it out when I got back. So got myself a new plug socket anyway, and another fan as well. So I've got two of them fans now. Bought the cheap version from Lidl. And when I've got some sack of dog food. I fell asleep this afternoon, treating myself to a bigger picture. I got the little one from over there blown up. Yeah, we've got the lighting sorted out now. We've got a nice bright light bulb so we can see properly in here. So, got that. I've got to have a day out tomorrow because couldn't get it sorted out from this city, so I can have a day out tomorrow. So I'm just looking at that. It's just changed its sequence. There's these storms moving down here towards the location marker were charged with energy moving down that way, right towards the locator. See? And there was thunder strikes coming with the storm. And all heading down to this location, and it's gone completely black as the ace of spades out there, sky-wise, heading directly straight towards me. And we're talking about magnetic energy and everything on the TV as well, yeah? Yeah, I've got one of these today. Got the wrong back for it, so. With phone charger USB ports on it. So that's going cut into here. I've got some nice thick core cable, so I don't have to wire it in. I'm just going to put a plug on the end of it, because it's going to be an extension label to a double plug socket, which is going to be screwed into and cut into the frame for the fans and everything else, and the phone chargers. Then I'm doing it with the thick core cable so it don't overheat, and then I don't have to apply for a permission to do it, if you see what I mean. It's an extension lead, isn't it? It's not rewiring the house. Marnie's new bedding mat arrived, because he destroyed the last one, didn't he? So he's happy. Got some, yeah, there you go, it's starting to build up now. Look. It's also the heaviest, and so has sunk deeper into the mantle than any other area of ocean crust. Yeah, there you go. It's heading this way, straight for the location. Here at last was the explanation for the trench's extraordinary. Just see what I mean? Just heading straight that way. It's building up as the day's going on, if you see what I mean. So I'm having a ciggy and I.
7-mile deep chasm called the Challenger Deep. It's the lowest point on the planet. But so far, scientists have been unable to explain
PlayStation 4 will be turned off in 10 minutes because of a power saving it thingy. Oh, will it now?
The descending tectonic plate may hold the answer.
So I suppose that stops it, does it? Just by pressing a button? Any button? Yep.
A narrow slab of crust.
Yeah, it is just black out there at the moment. The sky.
Well, it's basically got to do with how the slab pushes the mantle out of the way. Where you have a narrow slab,
A very storm-filled sky.
it's almost vertically, the mantle that it's trying to displace and move around out of the way.
Light bulb.
Investigators have finally unraveled the mysteries of the Marianas Trench.
That's what was reflecting in my eye. If you see what I mean when I'm trying to watch the TV. Making me squint at the TV.
Beyond the trench itself.
So.
Studying the ocean ridges led geologists
Storm in the next half an hour or so, I should say. It's moving fast. Yeah, so I might not be in the earthquake chat and all that sort of stuff these days at the moment until I get my next laptop.
People used to think that
But,
maybe the magma would kind of push the plates apart. And that idea is largely discounted now.
Oh, it's been discounted now.
Travels from the Pacific Ocean ridge to the trench. It changes from a buoyant, red-hot magma into a colder, denser, and heavier crust.
Alright, there you go.
The plate's leading edge becomes so heavy that it drags the rest of the plate along behind it.
The heavy coal plates of the trenches are sinking
some
down
audio,
into the mantle and
air
pulling
freshener today.
the plates apart at the ridges, and the magma just passively.
Oh, other one smells nice, no? The Febreze one over there. But that's more one of them sort of ones.
Marianas Trench has revolutionized our understanding of how the Earth's plates move.
Yeah, I've just woke up from a nap, let the dogs out.
We now know a
While I was standing out there, it felt like,
subduction zones drag tectonic plates around the globe,
you know, I sort of
powering the movement
not
of
quite
atoms
awake,
over millions
sense
of
the
years,
energy change in the air.
and moving the very Earth
I could
we
just
stand
sense it in my head. So I come in and checked.
The plates that
So I
are
could
moving
sense it.
fastest on Earth are the ones that
Yep,
have
I was right.
all the trenches.
Remember how the light bulb blew in the first place with young Tyler and me sort of toing and throwing with each other, energy-wise.
of destructive trenches like the Marianas.
So the same thing happening today,
Consuming the ocean crust faster than the ocean ridge can produce it.
but not with Tyler involved this
Millions
time.
of years, the Pacific
This
plate
is
will
just
shrink
me and
until
grief
sometime in the distant future,
and being a
the
slider.
largest ocean on Earth will disappear. Australia will crash into the United States.
It's affecting electrical things around me again, isn't it?
Perhaps
You see
one
my
day,
point?
Downtown Seattle will compete for real estate with a suburb of Sydney, Australia. And all because of subduction zones like the Marianas.
You right there, girlie? You're starting to fidget about a bit out there, aren't you?
But for
You can
almost
sense it coming.
man has
Yeah,
only
there
ever
you go, have a scratch.
to return.
Yeah, it costs a few quid the photo anyway, but
Asking someone what is the
could have spent it on something else, couldn't I?
of California, and
If you see what I mean.
that someone spent 10 minutes there, picked up
What, you wanna come in?
come back and said they sampled California. That's probably how well we know the Marianas Trench.
I really want you on my bed when it's thundering. Thank you very much,
To
bitch.
date, less than 5%
Might pee on my bed, mightn't ya?
have been explored. But only by returning to the ocean's very deepest reaches will we fully comprehend the incredible forces that recycle and rebuild our world.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I fell asleep, if you see what I mean.
Is
'Cause it was
that
becoming a
ocean
bit too much
exploration
mental pressure.
leads to new research questions.
Had too much
And if
walking
we
about
don't
today.
have exploration,
Trying to sort it out.
we don't even know the right
So I
questions.
can't deal with it in this city today. So
It is now known
go for a day out
what
tomorrow.
geological wonder the Marianas Trench is. Since this deep chasm in the Earth's crust was first discovered with a length of rope and a lump of lead more than a century ago, evidence has piled up. A record-breaking dive to the lowest point on Earth. Giant undersea mountain ranges with bizarre magnetic zebra stripes.
That's what I was saying about the magnetics.
Spreading towards the hungry Marianas Trench, lined with slippery mud volcanoes which prevent devastating earthquakes. And the planet's oldest ocean, the reason that the
Ugh. And that's the only thing that annoys me with that sort of stuff. Let's pause it anyway.
Marianas Trench is the deepest point in the
There you go. So that's what I've been doing. It's another one of those water tank thingies, but a cheaper version of it. So I've got two. One I be keeping the PlayStation cool, if you see what I mean, because that gets hot. Not sure how I'm going to finally work it all out, but I've got to redo all the LAN leads in the loft. Put some high-speed ones in. Now we've changed to this high-speed broadband. Oh, it's all fucking upgrades, isn't it? So, as soon as we get this structural engineer thing sorted out and they want access to the loft, then I'll do it all at the same time, so I ain't got to keep fucking pissing about. Don't want particulates coming out of the loft, do I? Fiberglass and shit. Fucking about with my lungs. So, I'll get up in the loft when they're up in the loft. Poke the holes through the ceiling. On a stick. Poke a stick up through the hole that I put in the ceiling for the drop down wire. That pushes the fiberglass up so you can see when the actual thing's coming up through the ceiling, and then you just thread it down through the hole and put a bit of filler over it, like that. But that one's going back up, and I'm putting a new one, a new drop down, probably above there. Drop it down the sides of the wall, trunk it down and along the mirror, top of the mirror. Yeah. New one in Tyler's room as well, or in the grandkids' room, spare room. Yeah, I just can't shake thinking of my dad at the moment. It's understandable why, isn't it? But I'm not bothering anyone with it, so. And everybody else is going to be feeling like I'm feeling at the moment anyway, my family. So, I'm not troubling them with it. Dealing with it in my own way, and yeah, I'll tell you what sort of man my dad was. My son had an accident one night, and he fell off a bridge, really hurt himself. Turns out he was getting chased by bouncers and all that, but that's not the story I'm going to go into at the moment. He ended up falling off this bridge anyway, dropping 60, 70 foot. Landed badly, ended up broke his fucking hip or something like that. His head was laying in the road. You know what I mean? A main bypass through the city. This is in another city down south. This is why my son's up here living with me. I phoned my dad to tell my dad what was going on because we didn't know if my son was going to live or die. It was just funny news, do you know what I mean? Just told. And then sort of trying to. I was beside myself, do you know what I mean? I called my dad. And he said I'll be over soon. And he drove me straight down there. So all the way there, you know, we was talking man to man in the car. Not talking about internet stuff, just talking about life in general and that. Yeah, we got down there, he came in the hospital with me. He said, what are you going to do? I said, oh, I'm staying here, I'll make my way from here and probably get a lift back with me mate who's here. Brought my son's mother and stepfather over, so they're all there as well. I said, what do you want to do? He said, no, you can't, I'll come in and see him and that. I woke Jack up when I went in there. I was waiting for him to wake up, but I woke him up. And then I went and said goodbye to my dad. And he's drove back up here, and I've stayed down there for a little while. I had to go and see some family and that. But without hesitating, he's just reached in his pocket, got some money out and said, there you go be dad. I was so thankful, I wasn't expecting it at all. You know. So you see me in my worst states as well, you know. Emotional, worried for my son. So I could get his side of thinking, how he worries about me sometimes, you know what I mean? Because they do, without saying anything. Because they have to keep the peace in a new relationship, don't they? You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I didn't trouble my dad at all when I was in prison. I totally faced it on my own. Didn't want to trouble him, he was dying at the time. I knew something was wrong and it was a lot more serious than what I was being told. So I was just keeping him out of the equation completely while I was in there. Didn't contact him, didn't give any his phone number or nothing over. He actually contacted them and find out where I was, because that's, you know, governors and all that sort of stuff. That's all his sort of lifestyle side of life, you know. You get to meet all sorts of people on the golf course, don't you? You know what I mean? That's the straight people's world, isn't it, if you see what I mean? But yeah, that's the sort of man my dad was, my father was. So I'm trying to do something to repay that. My promise to my father. You know? Don't think of yourself, don't be selfish. They're feeling the same way as you are, son, sort of thing. That's what I've been feeling. It's like, yeah, I know, I'm trying to sort it out. I was under a bit of pressure today, but I've worked out how to do it, so I'm going to have a day out tomorrow and get it done. But as it's all building up and I'm talking about it, if you see what I mean, that's changed thingy already, so let's see what it's upgraded to. Yeah, while I'm talking about it and everything, it's like It's getting closer and closer, isn't it? So it's drawing the energy towards it. My guts are playing up a bit at the moment, actually. I'm getting a bit of indigestion as well. But that'll be down to the lovely apple and cinnamon fucking snacks I had earlier. Sitting in last night's cider.